there, welcome back to another episode of Karishma Connect. Speaking to me in this episode is Nidhi Jain, who's a broadcaster, TV producer, media consultant, but most importantly, a writer who's cracked the code of sustaining her passion while doing something purposeful. She's written a biography of Mr. Joy Alukkas. Now, you living in the Middle East, I'm sure you would have heard about the brand, but do you know about the man himself? Well, find out more in this episode of Karishma Connect. Until the next one, stay tuned. This is Karishma. I'll be back yet again. Tada. Thank you so much, Nidhi, for joining me on this episode of Karishma Connect. It's a pleasure to host you. I'm so glad we are doing this. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, and I would like to. First of all, I'm very excited. This is my first virtual interview, and congratulations for achieving a milestone, and many more to come.
The first question I start with on this podcast is pretty straightforward, but I think it puts a lot of people in the spot as well. But I'd still ask it. Tell me about your journey so far, because I don't think anybody can say it better than you
I started as a broadcaster with All India Radio. So, media gave me an opportunity to see the world as it is and accept as it is. Then, after All India Radio, I completed my post graduation from IIMC, that is a part of JNU. I completed mass communication. From there, I was picked up by Aaj So, yeah, I mean, after that, I joined Sony Entertainment Television in 2011 because of the work that I have done there, and of course the previous work. I got an opportunity to work for 10 Sports in Dubai. And I still remember in 2011, I was supposed to come in July, but the person whom I was supposed to take the space of, my boss said he has just left. You have to come early. And how did I wind it up? India was like wow, because I recently had set up my apartment. So everything kind of got dismantled. That also helped me learn that you never say never. You don't say, oh, this is it, because you really don't know when you're gonna dismantle everything and start all over again. And I have done it many a times. I think that was just a decision that I had to take during that time because I was not finding what I had to head towards and I had to sustain myself. But I kept hearing from people in the offices, like with every financial thing, you keep storytelling in everything. And you are unlike a banker. And I was like, okay, when you are a creative person, you don't tell yourself as a creative person, it's just your work. So as the life we say, everything is like a boomerang in this world. So my first was Joy Alukkas. Okay. And I happened to meet the CFO. We started interacting. They were not banking with the bank for quite some time. And my assignment was to get them up and ready and do some business with us. So I happened to meet them. And so CFO is my age only, and Thomas Akaria, and he started telling me how much he loves books and reading and all. And if I would have to say, so the book planning was happening like 10 years back when we met. It's just that there was no clue, Universe has its own way of showcasing everything. So we used to go to a lot of seminars together and all. Um Again, my reading kind of had continued in the sense, like, if you tell me, if today I do marketing job, I come back home, I have to read something. uh, Meditation. Yeah, because I think I have not fed my mind something different today. Just giving you an example, somebody told me to read this book called The Four Agreements. He said, they just said that you will change the way you think. And I was like, really? Oh, I have to read the book. So I immediately, downloaded Audible and all. I like, okay, okay. 1 hour, my yesterday night, 1 hour, it was done. And most of the time, I have seen people gift me books. I don't know, somehow they get to know that I read books. So sometimes the books are nonsense, but most of the time books are like self-help books. And so I continued my journey with the bank, and of course was going through a different phase of my life in the bank. I thought I'll get into capital market, this and that, wanted to prepare CFA, started studying for it. But somehow my mind was just not there. I was, I had been in touch with the CFO. I used to tell him that I hope, one fine day we will write something, do some good work. What is this 9 to 5 job and all that stuff. So then he was also in a mood and he's like, yeah, we should do some management book. I said, I'm a storyteller. I'm not going to do management book. Then, uh, though I have told him also, but I am confessing once again on 5th January 2021. Early in the morning, I had a dream. I'm writing a book. And 11 o'clock, I was in India that time, and I called him up here and I said, I had a dream that we are writing a book. And he started laughing. Ha, 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 ha. I know. Yeah, very good, very good. What we will write about? And he started giving me some like book titles and all that stuff. So I said, I keep hearing about Mr. Joy, but I have not read something about him in the newspaper. I've researched quite a lot. So, and since he does not speak so much, I am more curious to know why he does not speak. Even if he speaks, he just talks about gold, business, opening stores. Who is he as a person? And I must tell you, I had always been very, very curious to know the people behind these autobiographies and biographies. Who are they as people? Who are, I mean, what's the character that makes them who they are? Do they really believe in luck? Are they blessed by God? Do they have that kind of a caliber to be there and shine? So that thought had always been there. Uh, and so CFO took that proposal of writing a book to Mr. Joy Alukkas. But believe in me when I say that the story and the chapter, uh, how it will comes, had I had started working on without even his yes or no. I know the story is interesting. So now I think the one best thing that has happened in my life is I am emotional, but I'm more practical now. So I thought if we'll write a book, I know it will be marketed very well. Okay, so the whole idea because the whole hope was to get the top publisher in the country to release the book. Um, and then I started doing research and all. So they said, okay, it has to be 10,000 copies that has to be sold. So I must tell everybody who is planning to write a story or narrate a story is first think how you will sell your 10,000 copies. It is actually an achievable number if you have all your calculations in place. Now, it may not be exactly 10,000, but closer to that. And it'll help. See, because at the end of the day, you're writing story for people to read, not to keep it on our shelves, right? Um, and Joy Lucas, the way they were planning to expand and all, I know we are at the 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 time was right because they had completed 35 years in Dubai itself. They were growing like exponentially everywhere. Sir is very, very Mr. Joy. I call him Joy Sir. Joy sir is very, very, how do I say? When you will meet him, you will understand. He's like my first curiosity when I met him was why the brand and the name is same. How did it came into being, right? And he's a very, very warm person. Of course, he's a businessman, but very, very warm person. He will meet you as in he has met you like thousand lives. You will never feel that you have met him, or you are meeting a billionaire. No, he doesn't have any qualms about it.
You share, I mean, what makes him who that was actually one of my questions as well. That what through the process, what did you realize about the kind of person that he is, and what could people kind of, because you've been closest to that journey, can people kind of take away from that journey?
Quickly to switch on and switch off. If you are at home, the personality of you being at home should be there. The moment you get out of that door is what is expected of you as a business person. And never defocus from what you're aiming at. Good, bad, ugly does not matter. If you like, with him, I always felt like I remember him telling me once, not rather many a times. He said, "When I get up, work motivates me to get up. The moment I get to know that I have nothing to work on today, I will be not there." Um, See, of course, and all the I mean, including us, celebrity, no celebrity, it does not matter. But we all have this dark and bright side. Um, he's not too much into emotions, but as I said that I had my struggle talking to him about his personal life, how he feels. He cannot express. But the moment you start speaking about business, gold, market, competitors, my God, it's like tape is not stopping at all. So, and also, I feel we are the output of our childhood. My understanding of human behavior kind of came into the being because I keep like introspecting myself quite a lot, and that has helped me put a lot of emotions into this book also. When So I did not wanted this business biography typically to be like, oh, you should learn this, you should learn that, this is what I'm telling you. No, I didn't wanted this. I wanted to, like, I and Thomas, we unanimously think that we need to portray a person who's like a work in progress. But he was like standing very strong. He's 68 today. Mr. Joy is 68 today, but he's like everywhere. He And I learned a lot of patience from him. He's not reactive. Um he gives opportunity to people. A lot of people have made their career just like today. So he does not believe in you have a PhD or an MBA and all. He does not believe in that. What is your output? He's still very grounded and practical. He's somebody still at the time he does not need to, but I have seen him after like sitting in an interview till 7, 8 o'clock. He will get ready and do a surprise visit to a shop. Okay, so and none of the generation now is doing that at all, because there are 1,000 people to look after the thing, but he gets into all the net grits of the thing. And also, if you see this company, why I'm saying they're successful in a very true fashion is because um, there is no merge that has happened so far, and it is still growing. like far and wide. Second is at par with the big brands around. Name say Tanishq or Kalyan and other players. Um, and they have also not split as a family. It's still a family run business despite of I feel India is still a very disorganized or very fragmented sector when it comes to jewelry. Like today I still hear from town where my cousin stays that oh, there is my family jeweler, I don't need to take bill from him. I said you should. And thanks to this journey I learned a lot about the industry. So I used to go at like 7 o'clock in the morning to his place because I love working in the morning. And after rereading the chapters, rewriting, working on certain concepts, going in detail, whatever. 11, 10, 11, we will sit at his study room, and he always will come and ask me at like in between the break. He will say, "Come, have lunch. Come, have some snacks." And one sweet thing I'll never forget is when he said, "You don't get tired." I think around 9 o'clock or something. You don't get tired. So I said, "Sir, physically I'm not tired. Mentally I'm tired." He cut fruits and got it for me. You eat. So, and I've celebrated his birthday. His family birthday. I have been part of the celebrations of 35 years. Um, and the best part is he is very well aware, consciously, that who is with him for monetary benefit, who is with him for emotional emotions, and how he has to navigate his life through it. And like I think as a human being, we all, I'm sure you will relate to it, we all have a tendency of kind of rewinding if something like bad or something not good or somebody does not like us kind of happens in our life, we kind of sit on it for a very very long period, right? Again, what he has been, I think it will remain with me my entire life. He does not sit with that.
Back in Sharjah, it used to be just Alukkas for the longest time, and then the way Joy Alukkas then set up that near UAE Exchange. I still remember they had one of their biggest branches open up. I think it is indeed a very interesting journey, and I really want to thank you for sharing it um, so wonderfully in not just in the book but even as we speak. I can see the amount of insights that you have kind of gained from him. Nidhi, tell me something, and this is sort of a wrap up that I want to ask you, that for you as a writer and for you to be pursuing something you love, what is that one sort of takeaway that you can share with the audience about why they should be writing and how can they probably navigate it in like a simple one step or three step kind of scenario? How do you think potential writers can navigate that journey for themselves, and why should they in the first place?
First important thing I really believe is intention. Uh, in any part of our life, intention is very important, and more energy that you have to give to a project, um, both in terms of time, money, energy. Uh, it's important your intention should be clear. Second, and very very important, is how you want to market the book. uh, the space of writing, or be it anything, is very very crowded, overcrowded rather. How do you stand out, right? mm, and there is no rules and regulations attached to it. You can go any route. You are popular, you're not popular, you still can go any route. um, But I think we all are living in a very beautiful social media age that we can still utilize before it starts getting monetized. That you have to put a post, you have to pay money, otherwise you can't. But I see that happening too, because selling your story is also, how do I say, how compassionate you are. So marketing is very, very important. As I said, that we are making movies, we are writing books for people to read, enjoy, and keep it in their library forever. They can hand it over to their children. So it's important to think that way. And unanimously, without influencing, people should say, oh, this book, you should keep it in your library. This is something that every generation, coming generation, will be very happy to read and get inspired by, not forced upon. And third thing is a lot of research. It's like a minute details. It's like, I can give you an example, like how Sanjay Leela Bansali makes a movie and get into details. It's writing a book is this. My biggest challenge with the book was Sir cannot express himself. So I used to observe him a lot. But where I kind of had fit into this role perfectly was that I observe quite a lot. I will not go on what you say, I will just observe. And I remember, again, I'm going to hand over this book to you. So there is this one paragraph where he says, around, I think in his 40s, he used to be a chain smoker. And he stopped smoking suddenly. And I immediately asked him, was there a health concern? He said, no, 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 no health concern. So I said, what happened? So there was a one foreigner who came to his shop when they used to be in Gold Souk, right? And he must be smoking in his cabin or office or wherever. He must have given him some stark remark saying, if you are smoking, everybody will smoke. What is this? This is not how you conduct yourself. He felt very bad. He's like, oh my god, how could he say that? And he just told us, that's how I left. But believe in me when I say we enacted everything. Can we say you did like this? You actually went out, you took your last puff, and you just threw the entire cigarette back. And he's like, yeah, that's what exactly I did. So for me, maybe because I come from that creative and psychology and a lot of films and everything, I just started getting into the thing. And I actually can also feel how the person must be feeling that time. So, and I remember he's also into movies. He's acted in movies, by the way. I must tell you, yeah, Joyce has acted in movies, and I always used to uh, tell him during my journey, sir, I wish the Prime Minister of India, should read this book. He will be very proud of how a family chain has established themselves in Dubai, and now you are employing so many people, around 10,000 people all over the world, especially Indians. And I must say, in 2023, my dream also came true. So this book was given to Prime Minister of India, and also to was also gifted to ruler of Dubai. Quite, uh, quite a one of the greatest was a gift from Dubai actually to me.
Your wonderful journey put together. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.